Well, I thought I lost my GoPro. Was in Chris's Dodge. So we finally found it, and then I forgot to take and show you what we done today. So we finally got the injector in. It was injector 1, and it was a booger to get to. So we went back and forth, and as a mechanic, you kind of know when to stop, because when it gets spongy. Well, these Kubotas, after we put everything back in, it probably took us an hour and a half to get it going, because we broke this line. So we also used Chris's windshield wiper 1/4 inch hose for the return line. Thank you, Chris. So that was because I need it by the morning, because we went to put this back on. Well, what happened for us to use a washer fluid hose was when I tightened it up, got everything back on there, and we was like, hey, don't do too much of a turn. We might break the threads inside the head, which would not be good. So we put everything back, and then it started leaking out of 2 or 3 of them. The hold downs, which I'll show you. Also bought a John Deere box, which I'll get to that momentarily. Right here it is. I was trying to get my tools situated, because we got the Dodge over there. So there's a hold down right here that goes like this. I'll show you. So it goes in like this, and so this is where the fuel comes in, right in here. So it shoots up right in here. There's a nut that goes over this, goes down, and then you put the fuel line. So the fuel line goes right here. Get that. So there's a hold down nut that goes down, and it holds the fuel line in. So it's leaking around here. Then, since I broke my other one, I went and bought this John Deere, which I was cleaning everything up. So this is the 36-inch triangle box, which I wish I'd have started with first. And it has 39 pegs for hanging up, 117 combination wrench, 14 slots, 198 socket pegs, socket tray lifts up, and then open storage areas. That's what I love about this. So other than I have to stand on this to get it to go down, I mean, this thing's too stout, to be honest with you, but I love all this bottom room. So I'm excited. But to be honest with you, mine is actually the size from that corner to this corner. So we're going to have to reconsider. So that way, because if I don't, then I'm actually going to break this one off. And since this is broke, I broke it completely off. So I may put it in the garage just to have it. And then when I put the tractor on here to do a bush hog job, accidentally, well, I didn't accidentally, but it was up here. I guess it slid back, and then the bucket corner dropped and then busted that. So, but got the 450 cleaned up, the trailer cleaned up, got this cleaned up a little bit better than it was. So we got a job in the morning to clear a small spot behind, because there's a building like this, a garage, but then it also has, like, it's up a mountain, so we have to clean all the pines so that way it don't fall and bust it. So got the skid steer ready, the teeth sharpened. So now we're just getting things prepped for the week, and then fix some odd ends on this thing. Ain't nothing to talk about other than when I closed it, I broke the cap, so I have to get me some more covers for that. But other than that, we are, so today is Thursday, finally got the injector in. The injector was aftermarket, and it was like 80 bucks. So I should have replaced the fuel line with it, but there's nothing wrong with it, so I'm trying to save a little money. So I should have replaced the fuel line with it, but there's nothing wrong with it, so I'm trying to save a little money so that way I can buy me a brush cutter for the front of it. I do believe it might, but I could be wrong. because it has a forward and it may need a case drain, but I guess we'll see if it's possible. If not, I'm not going to spend all that extra money to have it plumbed, because it's just not going to be worth it. So we may use it for a little bit and then sell it. But this is I think the plunger is bad. It's kind of hard to, you can kind of see it's kind of purple, and it's not supposed to be like that. And the tips actually broke off, so you can kind of just see a little bit of it. So as soon as we took it out, it was literally like you could grab this and it would just wiggle. So it was coming loose internally, so we just went ahead and replaced it. So, but other than that, we got it going for right now. It still sounds like it's missing because of the exhaust. Well, it's been a hot day today. It's already mid-90s and it's almost lunchtime. So I think today's supposed to be like 95 or 96. Got the mini skid out, pulling out, putting in the pile right there. We're on a hillside. It feels slopey, but you know, we had to get in here somehow. But one thing is the machine's still blowing a little bit of smoke, but not a lot. But it was smoking pretty bad. But we finally tapered out a little bit. So now we're just trying to get some money made, since we've been trying to work on the machine this week. So stupid hot today. So I can't get, if I can get in here and start pulling some of this stuff out. But we got to clean this whole side right here, but leave the big stuff and just kind of clean it up. There's a shop right there. We got to get to it and clean before the pines, because it's nothing but pines. There's nothing but pines over here. So we made a pile, and we're going to start from the top, work our way down. So that way, if anything needs to come down, then we'll have a wall of something. That way rocks and stuff like that won't hit the building, because it's literally right there. So we're just trying to dig up this, because there's an old terrace right here. I guess they keep from water rushing down, but we're taking it out, but we're going to try to put it back a little bit, dig it up down further where it was, so that way the water will taper around the property. But mini skid's doing good after cleaning the radiators out, and probably gonna have to put new fluid in it, because that's probably what's making it so hot, and put a new center in it. So we're just going to do that. Now we're going to start pushing some of this out of the way. So we're just cleaning around here, so that way they can get up here and keep it maintained. So if anything falls, then they can get in here and cut some firewood. Goodness, man, this is what we got done so far. There's a property line right there, and then it shoots down, and you can see the shop right there. He's wanting all the pines pulled and cleaned up, so that way nothing falls on it. So we're going to clean up a little bit more. I mean, there's nothing but rock. Every time you dig up a stump, there's like 5 or 6 rocks come up. Whew. So trying to pile everything up so that way I can grab and pull down here. So still got a little bit of cleaning to do. We're going to do some down here, but we just use this for a wall if anything fell or started rolling. But we're going to get back to it. Well, today has been absolutely rough. We just rolled the track. Had the tracks on so tight that we couldn't use a chain to pull it on there, so we pushed the boom to the side, and then we used a chain to yank on it, so that way it'd pop on there. But which I'm just going to leave that right there for right now, because I'm just going to feed him stuff for the Mini X, or the mini skid, because when we was trying to, I turned it off and it had like it had a dead battery. So I don't know, it's so many problems with these things that we bought. It's kind of nerve-wracking and upsetting. But as you can see, I've kind of got it opened up a little bit. So mini skid comes in clutch. I wish I had 2 of these. I'd like to have one with a mulcher, but it is what it is. So turn it up a little bit. It still smokes a little bit. Can't really tell, but it's kind of stopped. So we're gonna try to get some stuff so that way we can record a little better. But right now it's all about making money to pay for our bills and stuff like that. A lot of problems going on, but we worked, me and Chris has worked hard to get where we're at, so well, working a little bit after we rolled the track. So cleaned up a lot more. You can kind of see the rocks that we're dealing with, some big ones, and this was mounded up probably right up above the tracks. So I just kind of leveled it out, tried to watch for those big rocks. But there's the property lines right there, pink and orange, and it shoots back right down through here. So I'm gonna try to clean everything up, get all the roots up, and then got a little bit right in here. So may have to pull out some of them right here, and then the mini skid come up behind me, pick it up, and plug the rest of them out. Nice and easy like, because the barn's right there, which you can kind of tell we've opened it up. This is a lot better example now since we got most of it done. There was a copperhead right there next to the machine, which we took care of him. But today is Saturday, so we got here at before 7, so 10 minutes till 7, and then took all the remainder of the stuff out. We still got to get some. We're going to take some logs. I just broke them off at the pine so that way that, you know, the big logs would hold the dirt when it rains. So we're going to try to level it up best way we can. But we got back in here to kind of clean up the rest of this stuff. So, and then we're going to take that pine out right there, and there's some other odd and end stuff, but we can't get to it with a machine to hold it. But we're going to try to keep going. So we're going to leave all this because it's just grass and big old piles of dirt. This is what we got. Well, we're just now finishing up, so this is what we got. Here's the old dog pen, and then here's that. So I got another big log right there we're going to brace for the bottom. We left the stumps between about 4 or 5 inches to a foot, so that way if it wouldn't tear the bank up. He wanted us to do more, but you can see it just goes straight up, and it's steeper as we go.